Hey ladies! So today I want to talk to you about how to set your makeup. I am talking to everyone here, but I'm particularly talking to my fellow oily or sweaty girls because even though cream makeup is meant to give a glow and a youthful, healthy look to your skin, we all know, those of us that are on the more oily side, that can quickly turn into oil slick. So part of that is how your skin adjusts to cream makeup, and part of it is just that we have more oily skin and you need to do another step sometimes to make it last all day. It does take your skin time to adjust, like I'm saying. So it took my skin a little while to adjust before I was used to the look and feel of cream, and for my skin to become healthy enough to be able to tolerate it all day without having it be set in this way. But with summer coming, I still need to do this extra step in the summertime because my oil and sweat production just goes up in the warmer months when it's more humid out. It just makes sense. That's how our skin works. But in the beginning, I was not used to the cream look and I was not used to the cream feel. And so what was generally pretty normal in terms of looks and feel felt way too much for me at first because I just have that oily skin background. But if you just started using it, there is an adjustment period, and I want you to understand that that's normal and that's usual. Most of us have not come from using cream to using mascara products. We've come from using liquid or powder foundation, and that feels totally different on your face. So when you start using cream, it really does illuminate the face and it gives it a very healthy, lovely glow. But if you're not used to that, it can feel real icky real quick. And then, like I said, the additional time that it takes for your skin to adjust also impacts that. So while your skin is adjusting to being healthier and having healthier products on it, it might actually produce more oils as it's trying to regain its sense of balance. So if you're in the first couple weeks or months, don't give up. There's hope. Your face will balance out. That's what happened to mine. That's what's happened to many, many other people who have been using the cream makeup for a while. It just balances out. But when you get to the summer months and things start heating up a little bit, then you might want to use these steps to help set your makeup and make it last all day, even when it's hot and sweaty out. So the first thing that I would recommend, and I actually would recommend this for anyone, any time of the year, no matter what, is our Stay Spray. I always finish my makeup look with a setting spray. I often use this. This is our regular non-SPF Stay Spray. So that's another tip. If you have oily skin, don't choose the SPF spray. If you have dry skin, SPF will work great for you. But I'm using the normal Stay Spray. There's a spray from Urban Decay that I use sometimes. There's a couple others out there that are great, but this is made to work with our cream products and it's awesome. So what I do after I do my face is I spray this on and I just let it sit for a couple seconds while it dries. And then I move on to setting with a powder. And this is where it gets kind of fun and interesting. I have a couple different things to show you, a couple different techniques. We have our Vanilla Dust Setting Powder right here. This is awesome. And we have a Power Powder brush. Power Powder. It's a really fun brush and it's intended to be used with powder. You can see it has that kind of chiseled, tapered end there and then a flat round end here. And so you just take, honestly, you can use whatever end works best for you. I like to do, for under my eyes especially, this more chiseled flat side just because it is great for right under there. So I take it and dip it into my powder. And then I do just tap right here, kind of in my triangle under the eyes. I tap a little bit on my nose, the bridge of my nose. Especially if you wear sunglasses or actual glasses, you're going to want that to be extra dry so that it can hold the glasses up without running down the cream. And then any place else that you might get a little bit oily or a little bit sweaty. Okay, So there's that. Next, the next step up. So these are the stages. If you're like mildly oily or sweaty, this is what you want to do, and that's it. You're good to go. Next though, if you need a little bit more oomph to it, you want to take a clean spoolie and break up the top of that powder a little bit. So now essentially you have a loose powder. So we're gonna do this same step again, but with this vanilla dust. And we're just gonna tap it on here. And at this point you can tap it on all the way so it's fully blended. If you need even more powder, which some of us do, and that's totally fine, I would recommend this. Actually, there's a couple different brands. Laura Mercier has a really nice translucent setting powder. Coty Airspun is not the best, but it's a very popular one and it's very cheap. You can find it at Target or Walmart or whatever. So I say it's not the best because I think it's not the finest powder I've ever seen, and it's a little bit heavier than most of the other powders that I've tried. But then the one that I've been using and loving is this one from the Honest Beauty Company, and it's just a translucent. It's called Invisible Blurring Loose Powder. So the way you do this, and this is called baking, okay? You could blend this in as well if you wanted, but if I'm using a full out loose powder, then I'm just gonna bake all the way and call it good. So you have your powder, and then I take my damp Perfector sponge. It should be damp, not dry, not wet. You pick up some of that powder and you just start piling it on. So then to bake, you just let it sit for a couple minutes and then you dust it off. And this is not the best brush for doing this, but like I said, I forgot to bring my other one down. Okay, and there you have it. So we are all mattified. And at this point you could put your illuminator on top of this if you wanted, whatever. But right now, like, it's very dry to the touch. So this does take away that signature glow, but for some of us, we get the glow back real quick anyway during the summertime, so it's not a big deal. But if I do this during the day, then even on a day that I've sweat a lot, at night, or after I sweat, I just take like a dry paper towel or a dry cloth or something, and I very gently pat where I've sweat just to sop it up. Maybe this is gross to some of you, hopefully not. But I just take that something and dab it off very gently, and then I'm good to go. So you don't want to be wiping your face, which you shouldn't be touching your face anyway, because that leaves gross bacteria and stuff on your face. It transfers from your hands to your face. So don't be touching your face anyway. But if you are prone to doing that, to like wipe away sweat and stuff, just don't. Just dab it gently and you're good. It'll go back to, once you cool down, it'll go back to being dry and good to go. And your makeup looks just as good at the end of the day as it did at the beginning. So if you have questions about this, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. And happy sweating. No, just kidding. I hope that these tips are helpful to get you through these hot summer months. All right, talk to you later. Bye.